There are two types of coaches who fail online before they even start. The first type is the one who just keeps posting, waiting to go viral because maybe one day they'll sign a client. The second is the one who spends 3 months building a professional website, a 5-step email sequence, and a VSL that literally nobody watches. They both get buried in a place I call the graveyard of good intentions. And I know this personally because for 7 years, I was the first type. I was making videos trying to go viral, and yes, I did get millions of views. I did, but the money was inconsistent. I still had a day job and I wasn't building a real business. Until 3 years ago, a mentor of mine taught me how to actually build a business online. And since implementing what I'm about to teach you in this video, I've gone on to build a 6-figure business online. So if I had to start from scratch today, building an online coaching business with no followers, no fancy tech, these are the exact 3 steps I would take to hit 10K a month again. First things first, you need to understand there are plenty of ways to build a business online, but that doesn't mean there are plenty of efficient ways to build a business online. As I mentioned, personally, I spent 7 years building an inefficient business online. So before we build our coaching or consulting business the right way, you first have to understand fundamentally what it takes to build a business the right way online and why the traditional way is killing your results. Let me explain. The traditional funnel looks like this. So as you can see, it starts off with ads. So you run ads to a landing page. From a landing page, you run, then you get them to a VSL. From a VSL, you get them onto your email. You run an email sequence. From that email sequence, you hope to book a call with any of them. So every red arrow you see here is a 20% drop off in attention. People, because of whether it be because of click fatigue, because the website's loading slowly, whatever it makes sense. This doesn't make sense. You're paying a friction tax on your growth. What we're going to do is we're going to replace that funnel with what I call the leveraged growth protocol. So let me just scribble that out. So we're going to replace that funnel with what I call the leveraged growth protocol, which is a blueprint I designed to allow your work to compound and give your efforts a direction. So step 1, creating your content ecosystem. How does it work? We first need to create the content ecosystem. This is the playground we build to nurture our leads, because a 10K a month business online only needs 2 things, discovery and depth. And that's what our content ecosystem is designed to provide. So for the discovery stage, we use Instagram. There's loads of reasons why I choose Instagram over TikTok or YouTube Shorts, but I can explain that another day. For now, let's focus on this. Let's break these 2 down. Our discovery window, Instagram. Think of your IG profile like a first date. This is where you say the things to get the person interested in you. But obviously, you wouldn't expect a proposal on the first date, right? Okay, good. So we're on the same page. So we use Instagram to identify specific pain points on our prospects. We're not looking for likes, we're looking for resonance. That's the key. We want our ideal prospects to relate to what we're saying and show them that we understand what they're going through. Then we move them to stage 2, our depth window, which is YouTube. Once our prospect is interested in what we have to say, we then invite them to get to know us more. We bring them in, we move them to our long form platform, YouTube. This is where they begin to trust in us and our processes, because before anyone spends any money with you, they need to first understand you know what you're talking about and that you can deliver results. Now, that's step 1 done. We move on to step 2 now, building trust online. But the question is, how do we build trust online? So we use a process I call the 4 yes theory. But just before that, don't you find it funny that people say you need to build trust to sell online, but nobody ever defines what trust is? And if you can't define something, then you can't make an intention to achieve it. So in business, trust is just another word for certainty. How certain is your prospect that you can deliver their results? You can deliver their desired outcome. Because in the online world, people don't buy coaching. I know it's called coaching, but people don't buy coaching. They buy certainty. They want to know if they pay you for this, you're going to get them from A to Z. So there are 4 things that your prospect has to say yes to before they buy from you. So number 1 is they need to say yes to the outcome. Do they actually want the result that they think they do? Number 2, yes to the method. Do they believe your specific way works? For example, if you want caffeine in the morning, you can either drink a coffee or an energy drink or a matcha. But anyway, the outcome is the same, caffeine, but the method to get it is different. I hope that makes sense. Now, number 3, they need to say yes to you. Do they believe you're the right person who can get them to their desired goal? Then lastly, which is so important, they need to say yes to themselves. Do they believe they can actually do it internally? Because self-limiting beliefs are a real thing and it stops a lot of people from making progress. Now, we designed the content ecosystem so that your YouTube videos do 90% of the heavy lifting for you. So your prospects already have most of their questions answered before they even get on a sales call with you, which makes the whole process of sales, which so many people are scared of, way, way easier. That way, when you do actually eventually speak to them, they're not asking you, who are you and how can I trust you? They're asking you, how and when can we start? Because they trust that you're going to give them what they need to get out of this process. Now, step 3, the multiplier. Once we've built our content ecosystem, we don't wait on the algorithm to push us to random people. We start running ads to attract the right people into our ecosystem. But however, we don't run ads to a free webinar page, landing page. That's a leak. Again, remember the red arrows, another leak. We don't want leaks. We run profile visit ads. Now, the logic is we pay to get the right person to your Instagram. They see your high value reels. They see the link to your YouTube depth window. Remember what I was talking about? And they follow you. Now, once they follow you, you own that attention forever. You're not renting a click like you are with the traditional ad funnel. You're buying an asset when you pay for these profile visit ads. The ecosystem is your foundation and the ad is the multiplier. But without a well laid out ecosystem, running ads is pointless. You're just burning cash for the fun of it. Now, step 4, the leveraged growth protocol. This is the bonus step. I know I told you 3 steps, but the step 4 is the leveraged growth protocol that I want to break down for you. So the leveraged growth protocol is why I take my clients through to get them from 0 to 10K per month, coaching or consulting online. It follows, as we discussed, an ecosystem first approach, not the traditional approach within the info space. Now, typically the approach in the info space is to focus on funnels. They look at your business, they make a landing page, they run as many ads to it and just wait for some random person to buy. A person that's never seen you before has no reason to trust you. So you're way more likely to have issues and refunds with them, which is understandable, but that's why we don't do that. Now, the idea behind the leverage growth protocol is this. We want to strip back your business into its first principles, solidify the foundations, then build our way up sustainably. This is again why I always preach you must focus on foundations. We're not here to make quick money. We're here to make an impact and build something sustainable. And we want to work with people that actually want to work with us. We don't want to just work with people who are constantly questioning us and believing that we don't know what we're talking about. So we're not here to make quick money. We're here to make an impact and build something sustainable. And when you build your online coaching business the right way, you get to work with clients you enjoy working with. So many of my clients are actually my friends, become my friends. We build a genuine relationship. And working in a business like that is a business that you genuinely want to run, not a business where constantly you're fighting refunds, you're fighting this, you're fighting that, because everybody that comes to your landing page and sees you and buys from you and they're questioning, does this guy actually know what he's talking about? How can I trust him? Maybe they've already paid you. Then they're second guessing themselves. We don't want that sort of an approach. We want an approach where the people that we're working with have spent hours with us. They've spent half an hour, 1 hour, whatever it may be, watching our YouTube videos, going through our depth window again, coming back to our Instagram, finding more pain points of theirs, pinpointed, okay, this guy actually understands me. Let me message him. Let me actually see what does this all mean? Now, I know what you're waiting for. You're like, Kaz, where's the leverage growth protocol? So I'm going to break it down for you clearly into the 7 steps of the leverage growth protocol. The first step is to examine your offer and your audience. We need to understand, is your offer structured properly? Are you serving your prospects in the best way you can? After that, we move on to branding and messaging. Do you actually have a brand? What are your brand's principles? Is your messaging targeting the pain points of your ideal prospects? Now, once we understand your audience, you've worked on your offer, your brand is aligned, your messaging is targeted, then we move on to traffic, then nurturing. Traffic and nurturing at their core are all about understanding 3 things: the individual customer journeys, customer awareness stages, and how we get attention and turn it into trust. Now, once we're nurturing our prospects, then we need to convert the attention we get. We need to focus on closing and sales. We need to focus on, once we've closed them, our service, how good is our service, and our lifetime customer value. How can we make sure that the person who buys from us sticks around? How can we make sure that we actually have a growth plan for them? We have a reason for them to actually, maybe potentially once they finish whatever they've purchased from us, to get to the next level, for them to grow. Now, don't give yourself the excuse of, will this work for me? Because online coaching and consulting businesses are fundamentally all the same as a concept. But if you don't fundamentally understand something, you can't see where it's going wrong or how to improve it. Now, I work with coaches and consultants hands-on to implement this protocol into their business and get them to 10K per month online. But at intervals, I do stop onboarding new clients to be able to best serve the ones I work with. Because again, it goes back to I'm here for impact. I'm not just here to run up a quick bag. Otherwise, I'd be telling you, look, you know what, run the funnels, run it, smash the ads, do it all. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to actually serve the clients and get them the results that they want. Now, at the moment, I only have capacity for 2 new clients. But once those spots are taken, it could be at least a month or 2 before I onboard any others. So the choice is yours. You can keep trying to go viral or waste your time building complicated funnels, or you can build a system that compounds your efforts and does the heavy lifting for you. So if you're an online coach or consultant who wants to know how the leverage growth protocol can get you to 10K a month online, head over to my Instagram at kaz.consulting and DM me the word protocol, and I'll show you the roadmap to get your coaching or consulting business to 10K per month online. Let's stop playing business and start actually building one.